Network. Former Cardinals head coach Vince Tobin passed away Monday in Glendale, Arizona. Tobin replaced Buddy Ryan in 1996 and 2 years later led the Cardinals to their first playoff win in 51 years. Team president Michael Bidwell in a statement had this to say about Tobin, quote, "He was a consummate family man and always a class act who positively impacted everyone he encountered." Vince Tobin was 79 years old. Bears quarterback Justin Fields was the Grand Marshal Sunday at a rain-shortened NASCAR street race in downtown Chicago. Fields gave the command for drivers to start their engines. And are you looking for more coverage of the NFL this offseason? With NFL Plus, enjoy live events and on-demand content, including special takes from the draft, training camp, and more. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Don't miss July 4th savings now at Lowe's. Freshen up your home with buy one, get one 50% off on select interior and exterior paints and exterior stains via Lowe's gift card rebate. And get gardening with savings on Stay Green soil. Right now, buy 3 bags for just $10. Lowe's knows July 4th savings. Lowe's knows home improvement. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii, and selection varies by location. While supplies last, more terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
School on! Stay on!
Sounds like it's back to school time, and Staples has great prices on everything you need for school. Save on markers and crayons. Save on notebooks and folders. And right now at Staples, save big on tech with up to $250 off select computers. Staples, where savings for school are always in session. N729, in-store only. See associate for details.
Kxo AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And it is 7:30 on this 4th of July, Independence Day. Just talked to Carol Buckley on the telephone. He complimented me on my red, white, and blue T-shirt. It matches my thong. They go well together. Birthdays today, July 4th birthdays, Independence Day birthdays, actress Eva Marie Saint. She's been around forever. She's 99 years old today. Ed Bernard, he was in Policewoman and White Shadow. He's 84. Actress Carolyn Grimes was in Zuzu. She was Zuzu in It's a Wonderful Life. That's a long time ago. He's 83 today. Annette Beard of Martha and the Vandellas is 80 years old today. TV personality Geraldo Rivera, he's 80 years old today. Percussionist Ralph Johnson of Earth, Wind, and Fire is 72. Singer John Waite is 71. Guitarist Kirk Pengele of In Excess is 65. I don't think the group exists anymore. Bassist Matt Maley of the Counting Crows is 60 years old today. Comedian and actor Al Madrigal was in Gary Unmarried and The Daily Show. He's 52. We have a reality star, Mike Situation Sorrentino. He was in Jersey Shore on MTV. He's 51. Not doing much of anything right now. We'll have the local birthdays in just a minute.
From coast to coast, this is Goddard's Gold, right here on the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO.
Goddard's Gold. What's your name?
Who's your daddy?
Get the gold, Goddard's Gold, Saturday 9 p.m. to midnight and Sunday morning 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Happy birthdays this morning to our 4th of July birthdays. Alma Mendoza, Victor Jaime, Jaden Vasquez, Buddy Moninger, Dora Rodriguez, Julian Miranda, Gabriel Herrera, Christy Goet, we have Johnny Rocha, Charles Ducar, Sylvia Artiata, Karina Moreno, Francis Williams, Javier Magallanes, Jose Luis Bernal, Renee Lynn, Scott Ketchum. Happy birthday to each and every one. Wedding anniversaries today. Raymond and Grace Rojas, that's Raymond and Gracie Rojas, and Andy and Karina Alvarez. Happy anniversary to you guys.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And that brings us to the World and California News headlines, brought to you by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Lock, your year-round comfort specialist.
CBS News Brief. 3 people are dead and 8 others, including a child, are recovering from a mass shooting today in Fort Worth, Texas. But Police Sergeant Jason Spencer tells us they don't have a motive or a suspect.
It's going to be a while. It's a very large crime scene. Officers are processing that, trying to find all the evidence they can. And detectives have a number of people to speak with, both here and at the hospital.
This comes as we learn more about another shooting in Philly where 5 people died. KYW Radio's Connor Barkton.
The suspect, a 40-year-old man, is in police custody. Police say he had an AR-style rifle, a handgun, a police radio scanner, several magazines, and a bulletproof vest on him at the time.
Millions are flying back home today or hitting the road as the holiday weekend starts wrapping up. CBS's Chris Van Cleve is in Phoenix.
On the roads, AAA expects midday today and tomorrow late afternoon into rush hour to be the busiest times to drive.
Nationwide, gas prices are averaging about $3.53 a gallon. CBS News Brief. I'm Monica Ricks.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Fire crews at the ready on this 4th of July in case celebrations inadvertently lead to more fire starts. In Pasadena, the hillsides are especially vulnerable.
We have a lot of additional growth because of the rainfall. And so as those fuels dry up and dry out, they're going to be ripe for fire.
Fire Chief Gene Harris, the only legal fireworks display in Pasadena tonight will be the one of the Rose Bowl, and you'll have to have a ticket for the LA Galaxy match that precedes it to be allowed in. Some Southern California beachgoers reporting they've been bitten by sea lions who were apparently sickened by an algae bloom. Several surfers and a young boy among those bitten by sea lions. Experts say they're likely disoriented and in need of treatment.
We do that by giving them fluids, by trying to give them anticonvulsant medications, and to address their symptomatic needs.
Dr. Lauren Palmer with the Marine Mammal Care Center. Lawsuit against Twitter for unpaid rent in Oakland has been dropped. Landlord KKR is seeking $1.3 million in back rent. Jeff Scott, California News.
And the World and California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair or replacement, call the experts, Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
KXO AM 1230 can help you publicize your nonprofit group's upcoming events, and we're happy to do it at no charge. To take advantage of our offer, we ask that you let us know about the event at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Write down the important information. You know, who, what, where, when, and so on. Include a name and phone number of a contact person and mail or deliver the information to KXO, 420 Main Street, El Centro, California, 92243. Our email address is kxoamfm@kxoradio.com. The information information you supply may be used as community news, public service announcements on the KXO info line, or on our website. If you're paying for promotion with another advertising medium, we do offer special nonprofit group rates to promote your event. KXO AM 1230 wants to work with you and your community group to make our Imperial Valley a better place. Tell us what's going on and we'll tell everyone else. KXO AM 1230, here to make a difference in the Valley.
And it is time for page one of the local news. A service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors in the Brawley Auto Center at Highway 86 and Julia Drive and at the Imperial Valley Mall. A traffic collision this morning, a single vehicle collision reported at 6:23 this morning. It was a single vehicle rollover on Highway 86 just south of Brawley. There was a person trapped inside. They were unable to get to the vehicle. The sheriff's county fire was called in. No details on that. The ambulance, AMR ambulance, was also summoned. Extent of injuries is not known. It is still under investigation. That was a single vehicle rollover, 6:23 this morning on Highway 86, just south of Brawley. And in El Centro, police are investigating a shooting that occurred early Sunday morning. Police received a report of shots fired in the 400 block of Main Street shortly after midnight Sunday. An employee of the downtown bar reported hearing several shots. Responding officers were able to set up a perimeter in that area and received assistance from the Imperial Police and the Imperial County Sheriff's deputies. A number of shell casings were located in the 400 block of Main Street and the 200 block of Main Street. Police then received information from El Centro Regional Medical Center that a man with a gunshot wound to the chest had been dropped off at the emergency department by a private vehicle. The victim was later flown to Desert Regional Medical Center for treatment. No information on the name or condition of the victim has been released. Investigators have identified a possible suspect vehicle used by the shooter. Video from several surveillance cameras in the 400 block of Main were being reviewed for additional information, and several possible witnesses have been interviewed. We'll have more in just a minute.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at El Centro Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
And the National Weather Service has extended an excessive heat warning through Friday. Strong high pressure will continue to dominate the overall weather pattern through the remainder of the week. Highs are expected in the 110 to 115 degree range for Friday through Friday. Look for breezy conditions in the afternoon as well. There is a risk for heat-related illnesses for people as well as pets. Anybody going out and about should find out where the cool centers are, the nearest cool center or hydration place nearest you. The City of El Centro will increase security at various city parks and facilities. The city recently contracted with Securitas Security Services to provide security services at Buckland Park, Brett Driscoll Sidewinder Skate Park, and the Aquatic Center. Beginning July 7th, trained security personnel will be at those parks and other areas as assigned. Your news, page one of the local news, has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane services all makes and models, and you will never need an appointment.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
And it is time for page 2 of the local news, served up this morning by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food specializing in sushi rolls. There are 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state in the union. California Highway Patrol's MEP, it went into effect Friday evening. It is continuing through just before midnight tonight. MEP is the California Highway Patrol's maximum enforcement period. It's implemented during most holidays. During the MEP, the CHP enlists as many officers as possible to patrol the roadways to ensure motorists follow the traffic laws, making the roads as safe as possible. There was a bit of a break in the holiday on Monday. Several federal businesses were open Monday, at least for a short time. Then they closed again for the holiday. Some state and county businesses have followed suit. Today, everything is closed for the actual Independence Day holiday. Recreation areas will be open, however, including Sunbeam Lake and West Lake. The Aquatic Center in El Centro is hosting a 60s pool party late this afternoon from 4 to 8 p.m. Admission is absolutely free. The Imperial Irrigation District Board of Directors normally meet on Tuesday. Today is a holiday Tuesday, so that meeting will be held, but not today. It has been rescheduled for Thursday at the Condon Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. The meeting will be called to order at 11:30 a.m. They will go into public get public comments and go into closed session and then convene into public session. No holiday weekend for the Colorado River Project. Colorado River Project is continuing. Caltrans working on the project with the Arizona Department of Transportation. On Sunday, construction crews closed all the westbound lanes of Interstate 8 from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. overnight for nighttime work to improve and enhance the safety on the Colorado River Bridge near Yuma. Westbound travel has been restricted to one lane across the bridge. That began yesterday morning and will continue through Monday, July 24th. Detours will be posted and temporary concrete barriers will be in place to separate the traffic from the construction work. We've got your weather coming up next.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial is serving the best Japanese cuisine in the Imperial Valley. The menu is full of outstanding entrees. Yes, there's something for everyone at Kxo Sushi, including for the kids. Kxo Sushi offers you 50 different sushi rolls. They're named after our 50 states. And there's fresh sushi and sashimi, plus beer, wine, and sake. And I forgot to mention, they also have teriyaki chicken or beef, rice and noodles. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. They're open daily from 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. Kxo Sushi also caters and welcomes big groups anytime. Call 760-355-4440. That's 355-4440 for your takeout.
The high temperature yesterday, 114 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 84. National Weather Service says excessive heat warnings remain in effect through the rest of this week as prolonged very hot temperatures will persist across the region. Dry and breezy conditions will result in elevated fire weather concerns during the afternoon hours through at least the middle of this week. Weather forecast calling for sunny and hot weather for this Independence Day. Highs right near 114. South wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows around 78. West wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Coming west 10 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour. Sunny and hot on Wednesday. Highs right near 111. With a west wind of 5 to 15 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour on Wednesday. And right now we are looking at 85 degrees, 50% the relative humidity. Air Pollution Control District says air quality is now moderate in Brawley and Westmoreland. Air quality is good for the rest of the region. Page 2 of the local news and your weather has been served up by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. The dinner menu features 16 different entrees. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
When you have a minute, visit the KXO website, kxoradio.com. Follow us on Facebook, KXO Radio Imperial Valley. All sorts of neat things on our Facebook page. Oh, and of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free.
And we are now ready for the Sports World Roundup, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best of care. Major League Baseball, the Padres finally won a game. They did. Blake Snell came across, came through for them. 10-3 was the final score. The Padres over the Angels. The Angels lost not only the game, but they lost Mike Trout for no idea how long. Tests are being conducted on an injured wrist, and they'll determine how long he'll be out after the tests are in. Astros, they defeated the Rangers 12-11. Brewers got by the Cubs 8-6. It was the Reds over the Nationals 3-2. Marlins beat the Cardinals 5-4. The Yankees got by the Orioles 6-3. Braves defeated the Guardians 4-2. It was the Twins over the Royals 8-4. Mariners got by the Giants 6-5, and the Dodgers beat the Pirates 5-2. Wimbledon got underway yesterday in England on the grass courts. There was a round one matchup that was billed as a can't miss round one matchup. Coco Gauff versus Sophia Kenin at Wimbledon. And it did not disappoint. The Americans, who previously split two head-to-head matchups, went the distance in just over 2 hours. In the end, Kenin eliminated the seven-seeded Gauff in a 6-4, 4-6, 6-2 stunner, and will face China's Xingyu Wang in the second round. Gauff, in the meantime, was eliminated. Venus Williams, she entered the center court for her 24th Wimbledon appearance at age 43. Greeted by a standing ovation, she held a green exercise band overhead with both hands and stretched it while striding to her sideline seat. Once her first round match against Lena Svitolina began, Williams played like a throwback version of herself. Those big serves, crispy strokes quickly. However, she was a point from a 3-love lead on Monday. When it was all over, though, she was eventually eliminated. Novak Djokovic, he begins his record quest at Wimbledon with no slip-ups. He had no problem at all defeating Argentinian Pedro Cachin at the center court. 36-year-old Djokovic moves on, and Cachin goes home. And we'll have more in just a minute.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And NBA has their summer league underway. Brandon Miller, he made his summer league debut for the Charlotte Hornets yesterday, finishing with 18 points in a 98-77 loss to the San Antonio Spurs at the California Classic. Chet Holmgren, he showed both signs of rust during his first game in 11 months, and plenty of glimpses at his potential to make an immediate impact for the Oklahoma City Thunder in his upcoming delayed rookie season. Holmgren, number two overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, who then missed the entire season due to a right foot injury, then required surgery, had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 blocks during the Thunder's 95-85 win over the Utah Jazz in Monday's Salt Lake City Summer League opener. And Heather Anderson, researchers say former Australian rules football player Heather Anderson has been diagnosed with chronic traumatic encephalopathy. It's a CTE in the first known case of the degenerative brain disease in a professional female athlete. And again, Mike Trout injured his wrist in the Padre game last night. The All-Star outfielder exited the game, the 10-3 loss to the San Diego Padres in the eighth inning with an injury to his left wrist, something he expressed concern about after the game. Trout fouled off a 1-0-1 pitch from Nick Martinez leading off in the inning and immediately shook his left arm. And the injury was, well, that's when they noticed the injury. He was removed from the game. Tests were taken. What the outcome of those tests is not known yet, how long he'll be out. Nobody has had a first half of a season like Ronald Acuna Jr. Acuna becomes the first with 20 home runs, 40 stolen bases, and 50 RBIs before the halftime break, the All-Star break. He's the first one to ever do that. Acuna, definitely an All-Star. That's a double, triple, isn't it? They would call that. Anyway, Malik Beasley, he agrees to a 1-year, $2.7 million deal with the Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks agreed to the 1-year deal with the free agent guard, sources told ESPN. Beasley became a part-time starter for the Los Angeles Lakers after the team revamped its roster at the trade deadline and made a late push to qualify for the Western Conference play-in game. However, his role diminished once the postseason started, and he fell out of the rotation entirely after the first round. Now he will be playing with the Bucks. And Dodgers left-hander Clayton Kershaw, battling inflammation in his pitching shoulder for the past 6 days, was placed on the 15-day injured list Monday, the day he was initially scheduled to make his 17th start of the season. Michael Grove was called up from a AAA to start in Kershaw's place, and Gavin Stone was added to the roster as well, replacing lefty reliever Victor Gonzalez to provide strength out of the bullpen. No idea if Kershaw's All-Star appearance will be hampered at all. The Saints' Foster Moreau says his cancer is in full remission. That's great news. Foster Moreau made the announcement to Monday that his cancer was in full remission. The veteran tight end made the announcement some 3 months after he was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma following a physical with the New Orleans Saints while he was visiting the team in free agency. The cancer is in full remission, and that just can't get any better than that. That's it. That's a look at sports. Sports World Roundup brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to kxoradio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
And it's time for the financial news and weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offers a live scan fingerprinting to the public. U.S. stocks and bond markets are closed today, July 4th, in observance of Independence Day, a federal holiday. The NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange closed at 1 p.m. yesterday on Monday and will remain closed throughout the day today. U.S. bond market closed the same thing. It closed at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday and will also remain closed throughout the day today. The stock market will open at its usual time on Wednesday. Bond market will also open at its usual time on Wednesday as well. So that's it. All the markets are closed. We got the weather. That's coming up next.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The high temperature yesterday, 114 degrees. The overnight low this morning, 84. National Weather Service says excessive heat warnings remain in effect through the rest of this week as prolonged very hot temperatures will persist across the region. Dry and breezy conditions will result in elevated fire weather concerns during the afternoon hours through at least the middle of this week. Weather forecast calling for sunny and hot weather for this Independence Day. Highs right near 114. South wind 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, overnight lows around 78. West wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. Coming west 10 to 15 miles per hour after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 35 miles per hour. Sunny and hot on Wednesday. Highs right near 111. With the west wind of 5 to 15 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 25 miles per hour on Wednesday. And right now we're looking at 85 degrees, 50% the relative humidity. Financial news and weather has been brought to you by Southwest Security Services. They also offer 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
Let Freedom Ring. KXO AM 1230 presents Let Freedom Ring.
Happy Independence Day.
As we celebrate Independence Day.
Happy birthday, America.
With 6 hours of music, stories, history, and special features. Let Freedom Ring on AM 1230, Sunday, July 2nd from noon till 6 p.m. with an encore performance on Tuesday, July 4th from 4 till 10 p.m. Let Freedom Ring is made possible by these fine sponsors.
Southwest Postal Service, El Serape Restaurant, Aiden Express Gas, El Centro RV and Service.
It's America's birthday. Celebrate with us and let freedom ring.
What if the music stopped? If the familiar voices were silenced? If there were no breaking news updates? What if your companion and connection to your community came with a monthly fee? Don't worry, we're free local radio with you wherever you go, celebrating 100 years and looking forward to the next 100. We are broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and let Congress know you depend on your local TV and radio stations. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
It's 8 o'clock at KXO El Centro, California.
Presented by Indeed.
Rodriguez, we begin with violence that shattered the holiday cities. Police in Fort Worth, Texas report a mass shooting last night after a festival on the southwest side. KTVT's Nick Starling has details.
Several families are grieving this morning. We know that a total of 11 people were shot, 3 died, 8 others went to area hospitals, and we know the suspect is still on the loose. According to Fort Worth police, the shooting happened shortly before midnight in a parking lot where shots were fired into a crowd, where there was some sort of gathering for the 4th of July.
So far, no arrests. Police in Philadelphia say a gunman in a bulletproof vest went on a shooting spree that spanned several city blocks. He killed 5 people and wounded 2 boys. KYW TV's Waukesha Bailey.
The youngest victim hurt by gun violence is only 2 years old. Now, Philadelphia's mayor says that he is horrified by this shooting, and he also says that his heart is with the loved ones and the families involved.
Police say the gunman surrendered to responding officers. They say he had an AR-type rifle, a handgun, and a police scanner. It's not known if the suspect had connections to the victims. Scientists in Australia have documented the first case of CTE in a female athlete. They say an autopsy showed Heather Anderson, 28-year-old retired rules football player who died by suicide last year, suffered from the degenerative brain disease. Experts say women are more susceptible to concussions, which which can put them at higher risk. Lots of people are traveling this holiday weekend. More than 10 million have passed through airports since Thursday. That includes a record 2.8 million on Friday. The good news from the Points guys, Brian Kelly.
A week ago, we saw thousands of delays a day, and that has smoothed out. So you really just have to be proactive these days. But we're looking, hopefully, to a much smoother 4th of July holiday week.
Now to what the 4th is all about.
It's a question for the day. What do our nation's independence and freedoms mean?
We each have the right to go about our life the way we see fit, as long as we're not stepping on others' toes.
They mean the ability to kind of do what we want to do on a daily basis, freedom of speech, kind of live our lives as we want.
Many Americans do believe we take our freedoms for granted. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Cincinnati.
Party at the White House tonight. The brothers Osborne, Neo, and DJ D-Nice will help President Biden and the First Lady host their Independence Day celebration, their third on the South Lawn. Military and veterans families will also hear the United States military bands and the Army's old fife and drum. This is CBS News.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed, the end-to-end hiring solution. Attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Don't miss July 4th savings now at Lowe's. Save up to an additional $1,000 on select major kitchen appliances. Plus, save up to $3,800 on select 4-piece Samsung kitchen suites. And save on your choice of a DeWalt 20-volt max brushless drill kit or impact driver kit. Just $99 each for a limited time. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 7/5. Appliance savings vary based on purchase amount. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
A pop musician makes history in country music.
Tracy Chapman's now the first black woman to hit number 1 on Billboard's country airplay chart. She wrote Luke Combs' cover of her song Fast Car back in 1988.
You got a fast car, and I want to take it to anywhere.
It's also the first time in 24 years that a cover of a song that originally reached the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 also hit the country charts. Chapman was the sole writer on this track. 3 other black women have reached number 1 on the country charts as co-writers. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
A troubled beer maker's pinning its hopes on a grunter. The latest ad from Anheuser-Busch features Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and several other men grunting as they sink into backyard folding chairs and pop open cans of Bud Light. The hope, it'll win over beer fans who defected over the trans influencer controversy. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-330-1991. That's 1-800-330-1991. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-330-1991. SelectQuote. We shop, you save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
You've got your jam.
I'm sexy and I know it.
The best oldies on the radio.